YouTube, this is Lumario here, just bringing you a quick channel update regarding my upload schedule, my future plans, streaming, a few things like that. So, yeah, I'll start with first things first. Best of three is going to be a new series on my channel, as you've seen me done previously. It's going to also be the priority as well, as opposed to battle spot matches. I will still do battle spot matches, battle spot live, and that sort of thing. But yeah, that's going to take a back seat to best of three, I think. So best of three is pretty crucial, especially if you consider that the Australian VGC scene next month is getting events. So we are getting premiere challenges. We don't have any solid dates or locations set up yet, but Nintendo Australia did announce on their Twitter and Facebook feeds that they are going to be announcing those details in due course very soon, probably within the next week or very early April. I will also say that after seeing my best of three performances, like post recording, I do have a tendency sometimes to pay more attention to commentating than I do playing, making the crucial plays that I need to in order to win a match. So, yeah, I do realize that, and I was discussing this with a few other people. So, I am aware of it. So, I am going to be focusing on making the plays first and going head on to making the plays and commentary second, because you can't really, if you think of commentating too much while you're playing, your play really does suffer. So it's something I have to balance out a bit more in me, I feel, and I'll be paying a lot of attention to that to ensure that I make playing to the best of my ability. Because there's nothing worse than second guessing yourself, and it's something I suppose that every commentator has to balance. So yeah, I mean, because I especially find this when streaming as well. You Streaming and recording are two entirely different mindsets, but to some degree, if you're doing a live recording like I used to do, a lot of other YouTubers like to do a post recording. Um, I feel that yeah, obviously you've got to have the mindset, and you've got to feel confident about doing it. So yeah, that's something I will be working on and paying a lot of attention to in future to make sure that it improves. Having said that, you probably will see a few post narrations as well. When this channel was just uploading Smogon OU as its main content in the fifth generation, it was mainly just post narrated content. But yeah, I'll be doing a mix of the two, but obviously live content, a lot of ways will be the priority. The next thing I want to address, the third thing, is I'm going to be making a 3DS capture card tutorial. I actually got my capture card back in April last year, so April 2013. So it's been nearly a year now since I've had mine. And since then, I've realized a lot of people have gotten capture cards since. So in the Australian Pokemon community as well. So I think people like Martin, who I just did a best of three with, obviously got his capture card. I saw another YouTuber, I think his name's Will. I don't know his YouTube name. He just got a capture card, and even Bargains VGC. So quite a few notable players. Obviously, Oslove actually just got a second capture card actually even as well. He got an American capture card and he has a Japanese capture card. So this tutorial I'm making will focus on the Japanese capture card, which obviously is which can be installed on any 3DS. It's not limited to any one particular region. And yeah, it's going to be focusing on how to set it up, how to troubleshoot issues with it, how to make a layout, and how to record. So we'll be breaking down into parts. It is going to have some quite in-depth information in it, but I'm not going to make it too in-depth that it flies over your head and you don't understand it. So I'm going to be using a mix of slides and mix of video recordings just to balance that out, and hopefully it'll be quite in-depth. And if for those of you who are interested in getting capture card or having capture card issues, I really do feel I can help you out there. I used to work in a computer shop for 2 years and did a certificate 4 in IT at TAFE. So I really do feel it's an area I'm very proficient in, and yeah, I can certainly give you quite a few pointers there. So which is hence my reasoning as to making this tutorial, because I'll leave a link in the description below as well. I actually do run a 3DS like a very small on Facebook captured card group where people ask questions and that sort of thing, and I have been wanting to make this tutorial for a while, so it's something I will be bringing to you very shortly. And yeah, The last thing I will now talk about now, and certain people will probably not want to uh, look at what I'm about to address, is about regarding the rant. So I'm only just going to clarify my views and yeah, say a few small things, but I won't be revisiting the subject regarded in the rant in future. So yeah, I know some people don't like hearing me talk about it, this sort of thing. But I'm just going to clarify it and say, look, I'm not going to speak about it anymore in future, and here's why. So I actually did get a PM from Verlis on Facebook saying, "Oh, you're wrong, you're this, you're that," and I realized that the guys are stubborn, and it's not actually worth wasting any time on someone so stubborn. I feel that the fame has got to his head, and that he feels that he can never do any wrong. So it almost is if he lives in a reality distortion field where I feel that he thinks he is infallible. So there's no point in dealing with anyone like that, in my view. Uh, I even spoke to other few people that in a similar position to me, where they have a healthy or maybe even unhealthy distaste for Verlis, for much bigger reasons. For example, the shiny Furfro, otherwise known as Ramos Online, uh, got really screwed over by Verlis, and if you may recall, he actually did some partnership videos with Verlis earlier on. And just to clarify as well, for anyone who is saying, oh, you're a hypocrite and something, let me clarify my views on what I was trying to point out. I was trying to point out to Verlis that he's not the hack check. The BattleSpot hack check decides what is hacks and what is not hacks. And outside of that, who are we to judge who is hacking and who is cheating? If you say a Pokemon is shiny, that's not evidence enough to say it's hacked. If it passes through BattleSpot, if it, you can't really verify the legitimacy beyond what the game is capable of. So as long as you're not exceeding the EV limits, making stupid moves like, maybe a Weedle will levitate or Weedle will fire blast or, things like that, or Weedle with 1,000 EVs. I don't really feel that you are cheating per se. What I did want to point out, however, in that video is that I felt if Verlis is going to take the mantra of he doesn't tolerate cheating, then then that might contradict, depending on your view on InstaCheck, which obviously was patched once Battle Analyzer became a massive flaw where you could read your opponent's entire team on BattleSpot. Then my argument was that the use of InstaCheck's exploit and the exploit in general, and for not being useful, and since it was patched by Nintendo as well, or Game Freak rather, in the X and Y update, then Verlis' views on cheating is contradicted by his previous views. So yeah, but I realize now that just arguing with the guy it's too silly. So it's something you won't see me revisit in future ever, I think. With regards to the other points I made in the video, I stand by those views. I do feel that public relations is a really big important thing on YouTube, and that you can't go around acting like a tool. So yeah, those are my views on that matter. If you've watched the end of the video, thank you. Especially the last thing I wanted to address, the rant is definitely last thing, low on the priority list for me. But in terms of addressing things in this update video, even though it's probably ended up being the thing I've talked about most. But again, guys, thank you for watching. Please do look forward to the first three things I mentioned. So as a brief summary, more best of 3 videos coming up, more BattleSwap videos, but best of 3 will be the priority, and the big project, which will be the 3DS capture card guide, which will go very in depth regarding pretty much a lot of things I mentioned. So again, guys, thanks again for watching. And remember, as I always say, to have a great day. Take care.